Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Pick Six preview tomorrow. Mandatory payout on our Pick Six here at Santa Anita. So a lot of excitement has been brewing, in fact, all weekend long. Chappie, I feel like I'm going to hit it tomorrow. I just feel it. I don't know why.
I don't either, because I haven't hit anything all weekend, but it's our time. Maybe we're overdue, George, but yeah.
We're definitely due.
We were wrong, but we gave some thoughts to why Ron Bauer could run well. And, I don't listen sometimes, but we did have Michael McCarthy on our radio show this morning. And he tells it like it is. And he was very, very bullish on his chances. And, congrats to him and Flavien Prat. That was terrific.
Yeah, you had him on your show, and it's great to see that the winner of the El Camino Derby, our sister track, Golden Gate, now has got plenty to talk about as they got the Preakness winner. And Rumbauer looked good. He laid closer this time, didn't come from way out of the clouds, and still had a powerful late kick. It was a very nice race. Congratulations to Whitey. He did a fine job.
Yep, and Flavien Prat as well. So more SoCal connections getting it done. And, the Belmont's going to be interesting. But you know what, George? Tomorrow is going to be damn interesting with this Pick Six.
Very interesting. All right, let's delve into it. So tomorrow it starts in race number 4. That's right around 2:43 Pacific time. And you definitely want to get involved. That pool is going to exceed $3 million. I think it's going to go right around $4 million personally, but definitely going to exceed $3 million. A lot of dead money, a lot of exciting races. I got a couple of races where I like a few runners, and it starts here in race number 4, $50,000 maiden claimer on the turf. They're going a mile on the turf. And in this race, you got 8 of them going. I'm concentrating my efforts. I'm going to put a big ticket where I'm going to use as many as I can. Another ticket, I'm just going to use the 6 and the 7. I Give Up has run some strong thoroughgraph numbers, been knocking on the door 2 seconds in a row. That usually leads to, another good effort. So I expect Pfeiffer to put this one in a good position and should be flying late. I also like Predictable Tully, that maybe is going to get the lead. Has been running 6 furlong races, now stretches out to a mile, has strong numbers. I like Jeff Mullins. Pereira is due as well. So those are the 2 I'm going to be concentrating on. How do you see race number 4 to start it out?
Yeah, I'm a little confused here because these are 2 of those horses where you and I talked about where it's like, what number do they get to when they're still a maiden? Whereas Predictable Tully's 0 for 12 and I Give Up is 0 for 15 when we say I give up, right? And Predictable Tully's also one of those horses that out of the 12 races, I think I've lost on this horse 10 of at least the 12 races. So, I'm probably going to go 4 deep in here. Those 2 are obviously you must use, but it just gets alarming when they're 0 for 27 combined. The couple other horses, the 3 Royal Command, who went long on the turf last time, first time out, trying both of those, added Lasix for the first time and ran a nice number up on the front and ran second in that first try and should improve off of that. And then the 5 Golden Journey, who's been at this 50-50 level, but last time out, Pratt jumped aboard. This horse ran a decent race, pulled a little bit. They do take the blinkers off for Richards Baltus, who's having another strong meet. And I think those are the other 2 kind of usable horses with the other 0 for 27s.
Yeah, those horses are usable. One of our favorite angles is maiden special weight droppers, and that's the 4 Clever Intrusion. But was 40-1 on debut. Didn't really show a great deal, but it may not have to improve much because, like you said, I Give Up 0 for 15, 0 for 12 on Predictable Tully. I thought Belize was kind of interesting, but Neil Drysdale, I don't know what's going on. He's 0 for 29. I talked about it with some of the people here. He can't seem to win races. So until he starts winning, I'm not going to use him either. All right.
Yeah, I was with you there. I gave both of those a look for those exact reasons, but you got to cut down somewhere.
All right, race 5. We're into the late pick 5, and hopefully you'll still be alive in the rainbow pick 6. It's only a 20-cent a minimum bet, and you can get a lot of coverage for 20 cents. I love it, and it's hopefully going to pay well tomorrow. Race number 5, I thought for me, I'm going to be singling in this race. How do you see this race?
I'm probably going to cut it down. I'm assuming you're going to single Big Well. Is that the case?
That's correct.
Okay, so I'm going to let you give your reasons why, and then I'm going to basically agree with you and give a case for a couple more.
So we had Big Well. Actually, the last time Big Well ran, we singled Big Well, and I thought we were going to win. And it was just the strangest race by Big Well. If you go back and see that race, it was just strange. He was up there, then he went back, then he went forward, then he went back. I thought that day he was going to win for sure. He still almost won the race. He just missed. But hopefully today he'll get his head together. And, he's got Centeno, got to know him with that one ride. Stands out here as far as, the third graph numbers and so forth. There's runners in here that they're just proven to me that they just don't want to win. Like Montpellier. I mean, Montpellier's had so many chances. And I thought has had some good chances. But, just hasn't been able to put it together. And, Gordy's boy, I think, a mile in the 16th maybe is not his cup of tea. By Moonlight's probably the one I'm scared the most of, dropping from 50,000 to 20. So I'm a little scared of that one. But Big Well, to me, you gotta find it. I believe you gotta find a single somewhere so that you can spread and even use an all button in some of the other races. So this is where I'm going down. I'm going down with Big Well, and hopefully we'll stalk the pace and this time come out on top.
Yeah, clearly the one to beat. Like you said, a little bit of a strange race last time. And the other two I did give a look to that you had mentioned both. Gordy's boy, my thought was maybe after showing speed the last time, putting the blinkers on, going short, and trying the dirt again for the first time in a long time, and actually ran a pretty credible race, that maybe this horse could go to the front and just keep going. There's really not much speed. I know Very Irish is stretching out, but Very Irish doesn't have the early foot that Gordy's boy, so maybe a wire job could be in effect there. And Montpelier, I'm with you there again, the 0 for 9. The only thing I look at was last time out, this horse had some trouble. Bump start, was very wide, and that was the first try ever on dirt. And actually, it was a fairly decent effort. Blinkers come off here, so I'll probably go 3 deep, but clearly your single is the one to beat.
Yeah, I think Big Well, you got to single somewhere, and Montpelier, even though he had some trouble last time, I actually think he's going to try to go for the lead with Gordy's boy. I think that was going to be their intention last time, but he got bumped at the start and kind of took him out of that. But if you see the race before, it showed really good speed, and I thought that they were going to use that speed in this race, but we'll see how it pans out. I think Big Well should sit a perfect stalking trip. Race number 6, this race here, I thought really just a couple of horses that I am concentrating on. One of them is American Admiral, $1.3 million of horse flesh. Certainly hard to leave him off your ticket. He's been working well. He doesn't have those 6 bullet works in a row that Bob Baffert usually throws into runners, but does have a bullet work on April 12th. Really fast work last time out. Pratt decides to ride, as he's going to be riding a lot of the big Bob Baffert runners, and you got to use American Admiral number 3. Number 2, Mr. Impossible. It just seems impossible to me that he's still a maiden. He has run so well and just had the unfortunate luck to run up against Concert Tour when he was on top of his game, not like he ran today. Dream Shake when he threw in that marvelous race. And Harvard Memories just won today, the last race. That's a key race. The fun that exploded that day. And actually, following C, I think, hurt Mr. Impossible's chances when he pulled a Bayern in that race and wiped everybody inside of him out.
No question. Yep.
So Mr. Impossible, it's just impossible that he's still a maiden. Last time he tried the turf, that's not his cup of tea. He's back here. He's going a mile. I think he's going to be in front. And I'm going to use those two in my pick 6.
Yeah, I'm going to go 3 deep. I mean, I hate to go 3 deep in a 6-horse field, but those two are logical. Mr. Impossible's had so much trouble, ran against so many good horses. Bob Baffert, how can you leave off a $1.3 million American Pharoah? I tried to look at some of these horses on XBTV. I couldn't find them all. I'll do some more work and look at the workout reports tomorrow. You can always go to XBTV and watch these horses work for yourself. That makes a big difference. And I got to use Beyond Brilliant too. I mean, stretching out after 2 sprints, John Sheriffs takes his time. These horses 1-9 the last time and got beat. And the talent is there. And the 2 sprints to a route is always a good angle. And it always is a good angle for John Sheriffs, who's very patient. So I'm going to go 2-3-5, Georgie. I don't want to spend that much money, but I got to do it here.
Yeah, I agree with you. I believe that even though he's 1-5, Rispoli, he rode Beyond Brilliant last time. He also rode Mr. Impossible, and he opted to go with Mr. Impossible. And the way Rispoli is riding, he wins everything unless I single him in the pick 6, and then he finds a way to lose like Goldini today. I see his name now. The only thing I can think of is the only ride he threw in that was bad, it was Goldini.
Yeah, that was a tough beat for the both of us, and I was singled to Harvard Memories, who I gave out on the show last night.
Right, you did, yeah.
Yeah, but tough one.
Rispoli had a choice, and he went with Mr. Impossible. I don't blame him, and so that's one of the reasons I left Beyond Brilliant out. Hopefully, I'm not trying to be Beyond Brilliant myself by leaving out a like you said, 2 sprints to a route is really, that's the way it's supposed to be done. And Sheriff always does it. He's old school, and I think he's going to run really well. I just hope that Mr. Impossible and the 1.3 million will get me through that leg. Moving on to the late pick 4, and that was the late pick 4. Okay, so moving on to the late pick 3. Hopefully, we'll still be alive, halfway to go. And I am using in this race, just to give you an idea how confident I am. Everybody except the 3. I can't bring myself to bet that Sunland horse, even though he landed in Dan Blacker's barn, and he's wonderful. I don't know. I hate using all but one. I might throw him in just in case, but the one I like the best is the 6 and the 7. The 7, I'm telling you, I think the 7 is going to be lone speed. I don't see anybody having that kind of early speed, and Lofty could be long gone. Michael McCarthy's ride is going to be riding that wave of excitement, and I think Lofty is a must-use and could be lone speed. Might be able to run them off their feet here. I don't see anybody going with Lofty early. In another ticket, I might use Lofty as a single.
So, by the way, you can get your free PPs at santanita.com tomorrow, too. So, please take advantage of that for the pick 6. Free PPs at santanita.com. George, I went back and I looked and I watched the workouts of the 2 unknowns, Fantail, the 2 who drew Flavian Pratt for Richard Baltus, and also the 6 Ellerslie Lacey. Let's call it that. I probably butchered that name. Out of the 2 on the training track, I would say I was more impressed with the workout of the 6. The 2 seemed to switch leads a little bit late, and maybe this horse wants a little bit longer. Anything Pratt jumps on, you can't toss, but or toss at your own peril. I think I like the 6 a little bit better. That being said, I will probably take my shot in here and single Lofty, the 7, for the exact reason that you said. Although the 6 does look like I have a quick turn of foot, a lot of times those Euros are off a little bit slow. No one else has any speed in here. Man, that 7 looks like she's going to be out on a lonely lead. And if Jessica can keep that going for 6.5 furlongs, Lofty ran 3 bang-up wins in a row and then lost to Corral, who's an absolute monster now at once Corral cut back to the sprints on the turf, became a monster, and then to Lighthouse 2 back. So I think Lofty might go wire to wire, and that could be my single. I'm still digging around. But at least on one of my tickets, singles, my single is Lofty, go wire to wire here, George.
Yeah, I like Lofty, Lone Speed, and Pfeiffer has shown that she's excellent at really nurturing that speed around and having some punch left down the stretch. So I like Lofty quite a lot. It'll be a single on one ticket, but then I'm going to use some other ones on the other ticket as well. Even the one I thought that Eric Kruljack, the race two back came from way out of it, was flying at a mile and a 16th. So probably going to be flying late. Lucky Paradise been running, mile and a quarter, 2 mile races, whatever. And so she's going to be flying late. Peter Miller's on fire. It's a tough race. Like I said, one ticket, I'm going to single. Another one, I'm going to spread. In race number 8, I have no idea who's going to win. It is a total mixed match of runners in there. They're not, obviously, it's a $10,000 claimer. They're not very consistent. I'm going to use as many as I can. Royal Seeker, I just can't bring myself to bet on. Marcelo is a good friend of mine, but he's 0 for 12. He's in that Neil Drysdale like funk where they can't get a win. Bam Bam again. I don't know. Maybe with the cut down in price can wake up, but some of the runners that stick out to me are Jan's Reserve. But Jan Reserve, runs a good race, runs a bad race, runs a good race, runs a bad race. Maybe he's due for a good race now. Indy Jones is dropping from 16,000 after some solid races. Ryan Hansen got the favorite, and Ellingwood looking for 2 in a row with Tobacco Road. But, at this level, how many people win 2 in a row, 3 in a row? It's just an inconsistent level. Sturdily Perfect is going to be the speed of the speed of the speed. Even Big Bad Gary can win. This is just a total wide open race for me.
I've gone back and forth in this race, and I'm considering, believe it or not, for a sprint, there isn't a lot of speed in here. I think Tobacco Road could sneak away early, and this horse is 1-3-6 at the distance, and I'm considering singling Tobacco Road. Studley Perfection, sure, but that's route speed, and so if this horse sits close to the pace, he's going to have a lot of late kick left, but that's route speed as opposed to sprint speed. And a lot of other horses are just closers in here. I thought Big Bad Gary on the outside was interesting from off the pace, but he's only 2 for 28 lifetime. So to me, it's kind of either a spread or maybe single Tobacco Road. Hopefully that is the lone F and takes them wire to wire.
Yeah, generally I would think in a sprint, but this is a very tricky distance. 7 furlongs. Is it a sprint? Is it a route? It's like it's in no man's land. You're in the you're not sure, what to look for there. So, and at this level, 10,000, I suggest you guys try to use as many as you can. Race number 9 ends it all, and I like using as many as I can in the last leg, just on principle, just because I like to sit down there and go, if I'm still alive, I like to go, if this one wins, I win this much. If this one wins, I win this much. And this one, and this one, and this one. I don't want to be single to one, because then I just feel that 20 minutes of just too much nervousness. I like to have spread, and I'm certainly going to be spreading in this race. Concentrating on runners like Sweet Devil. Also, that straight maiden to maiden claiming drop. Very important. Pfeiffer aboard. It got some excellent thoroughgraph numbers. A speedy runner like Irish Aura is certainly going to get my attention. Going 6 furlongs. It's probably going to be out there in the lead. You got Mario Gonzalez for Richie Baltus, who's on fire. He's doing great. New Drama has got some speed as well. Tim Yangteen already tried the maiden claiming level and ran an excellent second. It's going to be one I'm looking at. Dorita's Happy. I really liked. I remember Dorita's Happy in that race against Astute and Magical Thought. That was a key race on debut. And haven't seen this one in a while, but Eric Kruljack throws in some big numbers every now and then. And first-time Lasix, now is running as a 3-year-old. She's going to be bigger, stronger. Kent DeSormo, what's going on? He is riding fantastic. Back to the Hall of Fame days. And Highland Haven on the outside, you got the Sultan of Sod, Phil D'Amato, and Pratt. When they get together, they win over 30%. This was going to be flying late, and I could see him going from last to first to win. So I'm going to be using at least those 5 457, 1013.
Yeah, the only other horse I might throw in there out of absolute bomb would be the 8 Ratrapante. This horse hasn't shown much, but is coming off of a little bit of a break. Sadler gets the services of Maldonado. This horse has shown some speed, and last time out, was sent hard and from the inside on a good track. Time before, it was from the rail. Now it takes the all-important, like you said, many of these are doing it here, which is very important. All the important drop from maiden special weight down to the maiden 50 level. My top pick out of the spread that I will be doing as well would be the 13, like you said as well. This horse tried the maiden 50 drop last time out, had some trouble, steadied late. Pratt jumps aboard here, cut back. As you call him, the Sultan of Sod. Phil D'Amato is the trainer here. And I think Highland Haven gets my top selection in a spread race to end a very contentious and difficult pick six, which starts in race 4. And we're looking at the pool, Georgie, to approach 4 million smackaroos tomorrow.
Yeah, pretty exciting. A lot of times when you see these pick sixes, mandatory pick sixes and so forth, along the line, there's usually like, a 3 to 5 shot that a lot of people are going to single and usually comes through. There's no real 3 to 5 shot in the sequence at all. I think that, 2 to 1 is going to be one of your bigger favorites. So if you can decipher this puzzle and put it together, you certainly are going to get paid tomorrow, regardless of the outcome, because there is nobody you're like, this is a free square. There's no free squares tomorrow. It is very exciting. The late golden hour pick 4 is going to be exciting as well. Just a great day tomorrow, and hopefully you guys will be able to partake. And if you can't join us here at Santa Anita, you certainly can bet over First Bet. Go to firstbet.com and see if you can get lucky with this mandatory pick 6.
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult, George, but that's the way it should be. And like you said, you could take a stab here. The thing is, there is certainly no logical single, which makes this puzzle a lot more interesting. And if you get a little luck and you do some good handicapping, the payout should be very nice tomorrow. And hopefully we spread the wealth and we all hit it.
All right. Tomorrow you're also going to have, I'm going to be running a little late. I'm going to be on 3 different horse racing shows tomorrow. So I'm going to be running a little late, but you're going to have Skip fill in for me. And you guys you got Jason Levine and who's your guest?
Andrew Lerner tomorrow.
Oh, Andrew Lerner. Wow, that's fantastic. Yeah. So
yes.
You're going to get more information from 2 excellent handicappers, one a trainer who's going to give you insight from a trainer's point of view. And, of course, Jason Levine, who's had that long-running radio show at like 3 in the morning. What time does it start? 2 in the morning? It's pretty early.
7 a.m., but it's darn early. And, Andrew Lerner's got 1 in the 3rd race tomorrow at 4 to 1, so I'm sure we'll get some info out of him on that. But, he's a good handicapper. And, of course, Jason Levine knows his stuff. So that will be at 10:30 live right here. And we're going to talk some of their best bets, and of course dive into some pick 6 info as well, because it's such a big day with the big payouts.
And Skip, let me tell you, I met Skip through you, and Skip is just, to me, he's really impressed me. He's one of the better handicappers, could be in the country. He comes up with some numbers, and he really backs, he puts his money where his mouth is, and he comes up with 8 to 1 shots, 7 to 1 shots, 10 to 1 shots that are there at the wire. Time and time again, he continues to amaze me. So please pay attention to Skip tomorrow as well, folks. You don't want to miss that seminar. You can see it on YouTube here at santanita.com. Skip is just, my hat's off to him. He's an excellent handicapper.
On Friday when he filled in for you, I knew he had looked for Friday. So I said, you got one play. He said, I love a horse. It was 8 to 1. I wish I could think of the name now, but if you go back and watch it, it was the 2 horse. The horse literally fell to his knees and his nose at the start, almost threw the rider, lost multiple lengths, looked like it was going to be out of the race completely. and flew home and ran second and got beat ahead at 8-1.
Wow.
And that was his single. And it was, I mean, if the horse breaks well, it probably annihilates the field, but that's called racing and gambling and tough luck. But it was a terrific pick and a horrific beat and trip. But you and I know all about that, including today, don't we?
Yes, we do. All right. I want to thank everybody who helped put this show together. Albert, thank you very much. Doing a fine job. Love Andrew. Andrew had the whip out. He was getting us in shape there.
Cracking the whip, yeah.
He was cracking the whip. It's time to get that show going. Andrew,
he called me. He yelled at me. He was calling 2 different phones, throwing stuff at my door.
So thank you for everyone involved in the show, Andrew, Albert, and of course you guys that are watching. We'll have more of these, and they've been pretty successful. And hopefully, you guys can have a great day tomorrow.